There's been this growing culture among the Democratic Party in particular, where there seems to be a lack of self-reflection, maybe even, kind of taking note or inventory of some of the policies that we've been championing or supporting, endorsing. Once some of those policies are implemented, there might be flaws, there might be some issues that policymakers didn't see coming into it. But once you see some of the negative ramifications of these policies, I mean, I used to be under the assumption, and this was, I guess, a terrible assumption to have because it's not true, that there would be a recalibration of some of these policies in order to actually serve the best interests of the American people. But what I've noticed, certainly on a local level, is that there's absolutely no self-reflection, no recalibration of said policies. And on a national level, there seems to be more interest in serving the egos and, the narcissism of Democratic leadership. And so the cover up involving Joe Biden's mental decline really bothered me. The fact that he was pushed out of, running for reelection and then Kamala Harris was anointed really bothered me, especially when, the whole centerpiece of the Democratic campaign was protecting democracy. Well, Democratic voters didn't get a say in who their Democratic nominee would be. So there are all sorts of issues. And it doesn't mean that I've completely changed my political identity. If anything, I'm holding true to my political identity. And I feel that the Democrats do a lot of projection. They like to point fingers at the right for engaging in all sorts of nefarious behavior, but then they themselves engage in the same nefarious behavior. One of the things that they believe they did wrong was they didn't break campaign finance laws enough by having the campaign coordinate with the super PACs. That's against the law. They accused Trump of doing that without providing any evidence. And then they said, we need to stop listening to our lawyers and we need to do a little more of what the Trump campaign did. I'm paraphrasing, but that was essentially the message. Yeah. That goes against my values and principles.
So interesting. I mean, I just feel like we've heard so much of that kind of messaging, especially from the left. The right had its big breakup when Trump was elected in 2016, and it was fierce and it was ugly. And now there's been a resettling, I think, as he's coming into office for the second time. And the left is having a lot of defectors, it seems to me, as of late. Maybe it's because they're looking at things a new way. Maybe it's because some of them are excited about this very interesting Trump coalition. Or maybe some, like the Biden thing, I think really did hurt on the left more than people realize, like the lies. People knew. You can't look at him and tell me this is the best Joe Biden ever and then ask me to continue believing you.